My friend, number one. Notice what the text does not say. It does not say that God does not have the ability or capacity to become a man in the future. I don't know of any Trinitarian. Do you think that God has always been a man even during the Old Testament period?
No. In other words, so you have during the time of the book of Numbers, a Christian believes in the incarnation of the Son when Jesus entered into this world, right? When the divine Son entered into this world. That's where God takes on human flesh, right? Before that time, God had not taken on human flesh. So we could look at Numbers 23:19 and say, of course God's not a human. Of course God's not a man. Obviously, God exists eternally as someone who's not a man, right? So we would say amen to that. But apart from that, isn't this focused on God's moral character?
Moral character. If you notice, what it's saying is that God is unlike fallen human creatures. Human creatures are capricious, double-minded, cannot be trusted. And God is not like that. So it's not a commentary on whether God has the capacity to become human. It's simply stating a fact. Man in his fallen condition is capricious, double-minded, inconsistent, deceitful. All the characteristics that Muhammad perfected to a T, by the way. And interestingly, Muhammad's God is Khairul Makirin, the greatest deceiver of them all. So according to Numbers 23:19, Allah can't be God. Allah can't be God.
He's the best of deceivers, and so he can't.
According to this criterion,
ouchie,
the true God does not lie.
But wait a minute, hang on. Did Jesus lie?
No, that's the beauty about it. In other words, it's saying that if God were to become man, he wouldn't be like fallen human beings. He'd be the kind of man that exactly looks like Jesus was and still is. So this is not saying God does not have the capacity to be a man, number one. It's saying that God is unlike man, who is fallen, capricious, double-minded, number two. Number three, if God did become man, and he did, he wouldn't be like other humans. He would stand out because he'd be the only human who is perfect, righteous, holy, who could not lie. Voila, that's what we have in Jesus Christ.
All right, and now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe. But hammer the fact that according to this criterion, Allah is disqualified from being God, because Allah is the greatest deceiver of them all. The true God says, no, that's not a characteristic of God. So thank you for proving too much again. You prove Islam is false.